mood today. Let's do this. Hello, Facebook and YouTube and everybody out there in the internet world. It's me, John Avenger, once again, because I'm going to share this on Facebook later anyway. So welcome to another live commentary. This is of the 2016 smash hit, directed by Scott Derrickson, Multiverse of Madness. I already got my ticket for it. In a few weeks, I'll be seeing it. Finally, the multiverse is going to finally open up its gates. And this is the first Doctor Strange. Yeah, I got this on Blu-ray. I'm seeing the DVD version this time, not the digital copy. This is a fun movie. There's a lot of Bintos in this movie, but hey, the sequel's not going to have as many. At least no Tilda Swinton in the sequel. No, was it Scott Adkins or anything? SpiderMan No Way Home is almost on DVD next week. And this movie is under 2 hours. I looked it up. It's about an hour and 55 minutes. So that's without the end credits. Is about an hour and 45. So let's get started. Yeah, I want to see this movie before I see Multiverse of Madness. Hey, Iron Lantern, you just made it. We're up to the Marvel logo, not Marvel. Hey, John Avenger fan, what's up? And remember, no speaking about you-know-who, or you get a timeout or a blocked. I'm not in the mood today. I want to see this movie, get it done, and move on with my life. Because May is going to be the month for me, man. We're no longer going to be in the months of cold or crazy ass winds like we had last week. When I went to see Sonic 2 a few days ago, yeah, the winds were crazy, man. And this is a better movie than Eternals. It's way shorter. It's got better visual effects. It's got a better leading man, and it's not boring. When my friends first saw this movie, Josh, he said it was boring. I'm like, it's not for everybody, clearly, but it's a little bit different, especially at the time when back then this was Phase 3. We had the second Avengers movie, and we had Ant-Man, and then Civil War, which is amazing. I saw your little live stream, and I saw you say that nobody cares about Michelle Jones as a main character. By looking at the comments, you weren't lying. No, I'm not lying. Because I'm like, she's a good character with these Spider-Man movies. If they give her a spinoff, it would flop. Or it'd be a Disney Plus show with female empowerment that we don't need. Sorry. This is Mads Mikkelsen. He's going to be in Secrets of Dumbledore. I'm looking forward to that. I know some people are not, but, that's just me. The second movie wasn't horrible. These effects are great in the movie. Those whips that they use, and when they do the Inception thing, when the city is upside down, it looks amazing. They're very Jedi-like because they wear hoodies. If they did a Star Wars movie like this that Mads Mikkelsen actually was good in, that would have made more sense than making him a cameo in Rogue One, which was garbage, by the way. Decapitation! And one of these books, Wanda has from WandaVision. What's up? My name is Bob. Do you think Sonic 2 will make $1 billion? I don't know about that, but it's going to make a lot of money. Multiverse of Madness is going to make $1 billion. I went to the Animal Draft House online. Most of the shows are sold out. That proves that, yeah, people want to see event films. And also, fuck the ancient one in this movie. You know why? Because, like I said, Tilda Swinton did not need to be in this movie. You cast a white Binto to play an ancient person. I'm like, she might as well be Avatar. The Avatar, The Last Airbender, because they cast somebody not white, but Native American that's light-skinned to play a Asian. Yeah, shame on you, Hollywood. This is one casting I can't get behind. Even when I saw Endgame, nobody was cheering for Tilda Swinton. A bald-headed Binto in a freaking Marvel movie that's supposed to be Asian. Yeah, whoever decided to cast her is stupid. I'm sorry. That's why I blame Derrickson for that one. He didn't direct her, and she wasn't even in Sinister. These visuals are amazing, but Swinton is the worst part of this movie, by far. I know the villains is not much, or Chiwetel Ejiofor as Baron Mordo, who's going to be the new villain in the sequel, but at least Baron Mordo was set up. Here, it's like, oh, she's just bald, and she's going to die halfway through the movie and speak a bunch of exposition that we don't need. What franchise do you prefer, Ninja Turtles or Star Wars? Star Wars, but only the originals and the prequels. I don't care about any of these recent films. Would Shamar Moore could have been cut out? Yeah, he could have been cut out. It's just he's there to have a twist, and that's it. What do you think of Yoga Hosers? I haven't seen it. These visual effects kept me invested in the movie because I'm like, nobody cares about Tilda Swinton. You won an Oscar, so what? I don't care. There's their Rick and Morty portals, or from Sonic, where they also did portals, but not with a ring, but with the golden rings instead of with a thing around the fingers. Like I said, I love the costumes in the movie. I love the look of the film. Derrickson did a good job, but there's a reason Derrickson did not come back, and we got Sam Raimi. He can't do horror. I didn't even care for Sinister. I didn't see that one or the sequel. They cast Tilda Swinton because apparently in Hollywood you need to cast a big name celebrity to be a freaking major character in a movie. I'm like, no, just get the best actor. Stop getting Vintos and people that are devout. I don't need that. Not in my freaking superhero movies. Thank you. You got it? Good. Cumberbatch was robbed of an Oscar in this movie. If they do it right, it won't flop. He's a surgeon and he uses his hands. He uses old music. Some people had a problem with his accent. I'm like, no. Compared to the Bintos I have to sit through in this movie, I'm like, yeah. I love his voice. My name is Khan. Yeah, you're not Khan, but you have an awesome voice, Cumberbatch. I'll say that. Yeah, I said he was robbed of an Oscar. The only reason this movie didn't get an Oscar is because it's a Marvel movie and not an art house film like The Power of the Dog. He'll win an Oscar eventually. Will Smith is banned for 10 years, so then that's all I'm going to say about that. There's Rachel McAdams. Yes, I prefer her over Nicole. Look it up. I prefer her as a Canadian actress in the MCU because she was robbed. She hasn't been in an MCU movie since this. We didn't see her in Infinity War Endgame. Now we're getting her back. When do you think Tom Holland 4 will come out? In a couple years. Stephen Strange also breaks his hands in the car. That made me cringe in the theater because I'm like, they look so real. And hospitals were the biggest places where there was COVID last year and in 2020. Why do you hate those yo mama jokes I used to do? Because it's not 1995 anymore, guys. Move on. I wonder why Amy Rose didn't appear in Sonic 2 because again, they're saving her for the third movie. I already know who's coming for the third film, and I'm very happy. So if Jim Carrey retires, at least you got a new villain to take his spot, just in case. And it's awesome. And this movie, it's different. It doesn't start in a lab. It doesn't start in a in school like with Spider-Man. And it also doesn't start with somebody running like with I prefer this over Moon Knight. Moon Knight is just too weird. Like I like some of the action and the visuals, but it's a slow paced show, guys. At least Loki had a faster pace and was funny. But this one, Moon Knight, has the slowest pace of any Marvel show so far. Because I just think I love the costume, but his Colonel Sanders meets freaking Deadpool costume was kind of weird. And this movie earns its PG-13, by the way. It's not a kids movie because they're doing brain surgery, and they show blood, and also his hands get crushed completely. Yeah, this tension, it gave me chills in the theater. My favorite character in Shake It Up is Cece Jones. I guess I don't know who that is. I've never seen the show. I refuse to because if there's something in the show that I don't want, an actor I don't like, I'm not going to watch it. That's why I never saw Jesse or Bunked because most of the actors there I didn't like either. Not as Michelle Jones. Would anybody top Zendaya? Does Doctor Strange also kick the crap out of other like Rogue One that year? Yeah, because Rogue One was boring and it was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah, Cumberbatch is an awesome actor. I've seen him in other things. I liked him as the voice of the Grinch. I liked him in Star Trek. Star Trek Into Darkness. It wasn't his fault they had to make him Khan. They should have just made him another villain. That's my problem. That's my thing. And also, even as the wolf in Penguins of Madagascar, he did a pretty good voice. He made me laugh. I prefer this actor over Hugh Laurie any day. I never watched House because, again, I'm not a Binto fan. They nearly ruin every movie that I have to watch in the theater. They ruined Rogue One. They ruined Force Awakens. They ruined freaking, even Looper was ruined because of that Binto. What's your thoughts on the George Lopez show? I watched it when I was a teenager. I thought it was okay. It had its moments. Just not my favorite sitcom. I don't like sitcoms that have to force representation now. Cumberbatch would have been a good James Bond, but it's too late. He's Doctor Strange now, guys. And when the multiverse opens up, I am going to be in heaven. That I'm going to be in cinematic heaven after all the bullshit I went through in the winter. Because oh my god, the winter was so freaking long, and the spring started pretty slow. And he's in New York, just like Tom Holland is in New York, even though I think he's in Manhattan now and by himself. Because Daniel Day Lewis would have been a terrible Doctor Strange. He would have been so over the top, yelling out of nowhere. It would have been too much. Marvel doesn't. Excuse me. Marvel doesn't need egos. That's why. Uh, that's why Edgar Wright left. That's why. What's his face left? Or Edward Norton. He couldn't come back as the Hulk because he would have been too hard to work with. Why did you hate when people talk about food in the chat? Because I'm not. This is not a food live stream. This is about movies or shows. And again, note to self, people: do not text or answer phone calls in a car. It's dangerous. Keep your eyes on the road. This car accident just scared the shit out of me. I'm like, this is not funny. Like, the movie doesn't get funny until the second half of the film, pretty much. This is one of the more serious Marvel movies, but it's not boring and too much exposition heavy like Eternals was. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh. The car spins around like a top. Look at this. Oh my god. I don't know what I would do without my hands. Are we gonna rent on Morbius? No, I'm not wasting my time with it. My least favorite Bella Thorne movie is Blended. I didn't see Blended because she looks like a boy in that, and then they make her hot. I'm like, no, because you still look like a boy. Look at your face. I don't like you. I don't, even before she left the Disney Channel. Oof. And this makeup is really good, by the way. Again, robbed of an Oscar because he plays a broken man better than anybody could have, whoever won an Oscar in 2016 for whatever. Rogue One was not Oscar worthy. It only got it for the effects, and it was boring. I didn't even like the effects in that movie. The CGI Grand Moff Tarkin, that looked terrible. That looked like a bad video game cutscene. I prefer Rachel McAdams. She's always a sweetheart, and even in movies, even in The Notebook, and she dies in that when she's old. Ooh, those things in the hand. Thank God people don't talk about food anymore. No, Sam Raimi said that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4 will come. I hope so. Because we need a conclusion to that trilogy that we never got, thanks to the studio, because they rebooted it with Amazing Spider-Man. I never heard or seen Blended. No, I didn't. It's an Adam Sandler movie that he did with Drew Barrymore years after Wedding Singer and 51st Dates, and I couldn't get into it. I saw some clips, and it was not funny. Yeah, you could have kept your eyes on the road. No, I don't want to lose my hands, guys. This is all I have to do my live streams and to play video games and watch movies. I need my hands. That's why I don't play with fireworks or power tools, because I'm like, I want to keep my hands. I want to keep all the parts of my body. because I've had too many family members in my family that either lost limbs or they've gotten sick or died recently. So I'm not going to talk about that though. I don't want to bum you guys out. This is a good movie. Plus, when people talked about food, they had to feature questions about Taco Bell. Can't believe Sony was about to do Spider-Man 4 in May of 2011. Yeah, and then it was canceled. What if the 2012 Ninja Turtles and Andrew Garfield and Spider-Man they both started the same year? No. You know Zendaya is my least favorite actress. That's your opinion. I'm not here to judge. I am never gonna go on the phone if I ever learn how to drive, I'm gonna keep my hands on the road. I don't want to hurt myself or anybody else. My brother's been in so many car accidents. Again, not gonna talk about it. I want to live. Even if that means walking for the rest of my life, that is better than driving and getting hit by another car. When you went to see Sonic 2, was the theater packed? Mostly. Yeah. My hands are one of the only tools that I have, guys. I'm happy for same race Spider-Man 4. I hope it happens, but it's not a guarantee. The multiverse is going to be a guarantee in a few days, in a few weeks. Is the multiverse a strong PG-13? Oh yeah, this one was a strong PG-13 back in 2016, and I saw it and I was like, wow. Dancing with the Stars got bought by Disney Plus. It's not impossible. He can use his hands again because of magic. This movie was like a mix of Inception and Harry Potter, but it's a lot shorter. Most of the Harry Potter movies are too long. Like I said it, even especially the first two. Why are they 2.5 hours? They could have been 2 hours even. You could have cut a lot of exposition or characters that don't serve a purpose. Do you think you'll make a TMNT 2012 season 6? No, it's over. Oh, trust me, I know. Ooh, that did not come out right. I don't want to see a broken man in the second movie. I already saw Eternals was too much of a drama for me, and it was boring. You got a art house director that won an Oscar for Best Picture. I saw the trailer for Multiverse of Madness and Best Patrick Stewart's Professor X will be introduced. Yes, we already saw that in the trailer. And people going to cheer. Why? Because nostalgia. People said they will call the Ned spinoff the CEO of Ned. I don't know. Again, guys, robbed of an Oscar. Robbed. I don't care if it's a Marvel movie. If Heath Ledger can win a posthumous Oscar after he died, making The Dark Knight, anybody can win an Oscar for any film that's released in the theater. There, I said it. Academy, you nominate the same freaking movies. A Star is Born and West Side Story, we've seen them already. Little Women, we've seen it already. Nominate something different instead of your artsy fartsy BS that we call film or cinema. This is cinema. Trust me. These movies make a lot of money for a reason. Marvel is cinema. Hashtag Marvel is cinema. Despite the flaws they've had with some sequels that had some you know, uh, problems with the writing or the jokes or some of the villains. And of course, Eternal sucked. So first MCU movie I think is a complete failure. At least their cinema. There's Benjamin Bratt in his cameo. He's not in the film that much. He's in this and in a post-credit scene. Do you think SpongeBob will ever end? It will. Can you do a live commentary on The Mask in the summer? I'm going to wait till summer because I just saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I want to wait. I'll do The Mask in the summer, like June or July. I need some time. Got a lot of podcasts lined up for April or May. I got to do the original Star Wars trilogy in May. I'm doing Species. I'm doing a bunch of films. What Howling movie did you say is the worst? What was awful? Seven. Nothing is. That's the worst horror movie I've ever seen in my life. Do you also want Deadpool in the multiverse? He's going to come. If the X-Men and the Fantastic Four are joining, he's there. I mean, they're already putting hints of him. You got this multiverse of madness, and you have a Moon Knight. His costume looks like a white Deadpool. Sony's going to make every Spider-Man spin-off character film, yeah, and they're going to fail. Morbius flopped. This is how you do it better. A doctor that we care about, and he has a tragic backstory. What is Morbius? Oh, I got a disease I'm dying from. Let me find a cure, and I turn into a living vampire. Wow. Plus Leto didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. He cannot be in a comic book movie. Let this be his last time. He sucked as the Joker, and he sucks as freaking Morbius. I'm sorry. I'm Venom. No, I'm just kidding. No. Of course not. He's talking about going through the biggest acid trip in the MCU so far, where he's like flying through time. Yeah, that's in Nepal, an Asian country. Yes, guys, an Asian country. Let me just. I'm sorry, Spider. I hate to do this, but I don't need to read that right now. I don't need negativity. Uh, do you think Craven the Hunter will flop? I hope so, because I'm sick of these spin-off villain movies. You cannot make villains into anti-heroes. It doesn't work. You know why Joker made $1 billion and Venom did not? They kept Joker a villain, even when he was just Arthur. Inner peace. Oh, I'll have inner peace once my brother moves out of this house. I need peace, guys. I don't have enough of that in my life. I have too much. The internet has cursed me with either too much information I don't want to know or too little of it. What do you think of Halloween 6? It sucks, no matter what version you see, the theatrical cut or the producer's cut. It's a bad sequel. And it made the 5th movie pointless because they brought back Jamie just to kill her off in both versions. These costumes are really cool. I like the costumes in this movie. This was after the Hunger Games ended. And I feel so bad for Stranger Things. You know, what happened to Toby? I had to put him in a timeout. I'm sick of hearing the least favorite things. Don't throw your baggage on me today. I don't need it, guys. Please. Talk about the film or talk about Multiverse of Madness or something. Something that's connected to this universe. Yeah, see? He can't punch because he has broken hands. What happened to, you know, there's Baron Mordo. I knew he was a villain. I'm like, you got Chiwetel Ejiofor, and he's played a villain in so many movies. He was the villain in the Lion King remake. He was the villain in Serenity. He was the villain in freaking Four Brothers. I know he's a villain usually 90% of the time. You're typecasting at this point. It's like casting Gary Oldman. What's he would think he's going to play? A side character or a villain? This is when the movie gets trippy, and I love the effects in this movie. The effects are amazing in this film, all throughout the film, not just the CGI, but also the way the buildings look and everything, and the creatures. Well, the Dormammu thing looked amazing. I was like, wow, I didn't know they could do an effect like that. So if they did that, they can do Galactus. There's no more excuses, guys. Excuses are for people that can't do things anymore. Do you have any plans on checking out Bride of Chucky in the winter in Halloween? I'm not seeing horror movies during the spring. And Black, why did they give Baron Mordo a beard? He looks Jamaican for some reason. This new one, he has like a beard and dreadlocks. Why does he have that look? It's weird. So giving Spider-Man villains their own movies and making them anti-heroes is the same mistake as making the Mario. Yeah, yes, exactly. Because you're devaluing the villain. They're supposed to be evil. Let them be evil the whole time. When you make them anti-heroes, you want to feel bad for them. I don't want to feel bad for them. I want to boo them. I want the heroes to triumph over them. I wrote The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was it my top 3 Spider-Man movies, by the way. I know you're not a fan. I know I'm not because it's too freaking long. Hey, Josh, you finally made it. We're 25 minutes into the movie. We're meeting the Ancient One. And I would have preferred a Fu Manchu over a Bento with a bald head that looks like freaking Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It just looks weird. Here she is, baby. She looks like a freaking newborn baby. Hey, Josh, Eddie's here. What's up? The Ancient One is a freaking bald white lady? Yeah. Whitewashing, guys. If that's not whitewashing, I don't know what it is. Josh, do you think a Michelle Jones movie will flop? Oh, he's not talking to me. Okay. I'm not going to miss her in the sequel. Trust me. Getting her out of this franchise was the best decision that they could have made, the writers, because I couldn't sit through her again, her performance again. When I saw her in Endgame, I'm like, oh, please let this be brief, and it was. She's just there to give the time stone to Hulk, and that's it. Yeah, you can't perform miracles, Ancient One. In the comics, yeah, it's an old man, but because it's like, oh, that's racist. I'm like, I would rather have something consistent than something that isn't. Stop changing the genders of characters, guys. What's next? You're gonna make Miles Morales a girl? No, no. Black Spanish kid. That's all you need. That's younger than Peter Parker. That's all you need. Even if he's just black, hey, Shamik Moore worked well as the voice of Miles. You don't have to do everything completely 100%, but don't change the genders. Don't do that. Ghost didn't work either in the second Ant-Man movie. How many phases do you think the Marvel Cinematic Universe will have? I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7. I don't know. We're already up to 4, and we're almost at 5. This lady is just ugly. And one of the ugliest actresses I've ever seen. And with no hair, she looks like a dude. Xavier Patrick Stewart looks good without hair. For some reason, he just does. And I don't care about Picard. I care about him being back in the Marvel family again. She makes a movie too long. Like I think that if you cut her out or if you made the Ancient One a dude, it would have made perfect sense. But with Marvel, sometimes they don't make the best decisions casting wise. I mean, that's why we have Amelia Clark in Secret Invasion. Why? Because Bentos have to be in everything. Blah 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 blah. I'm just. What if they made Batman Black Man? I don't know if that would work. They're trying to make us Black Superman because reasons. What character would you want to play in the MCU? I don't know. Yeah, here comes the astral projection scene. This is cool because Strange did it to Spider-Man in No Way Home. That effect looks cool. It looks like a ghost. And the scene where he's fighting Scott Atkins as a ghost, that's pretty cool. It's because with this lady, she talks too much. She doesn't do anything. I mean, she has one fight in the second half of the film and dies. Yeah, some ancient one, huh? Aang didn't die like a bitch in Avatar. Yeah, this scene I thought could have been cut entirely because it just. This is why Rachel McAdams is barely in the film. Does the ancient one also look like a lesbian? No, she looks like a baby. Babies don't have hair. or she looks like a cancer patient. And I don't want to go there, but like I said, this look, it doesn't work. Here we go. This is the trippy scene. This scene is awesome. When they're going through. Oh, the effects are cool. Yeah, a butterfly. The Legend of the Titanic must be bad. Yeah, it is. This is a trippy scene. He's going through the time. That's awesome. I wish it was a Doctor Strange ride like that. Except cut her out. That's what they did well in multiverse so far. No Tilda Swinton. They won't even mention her again. She dies and disappears, and we don't see her again until Endgame because it's before she dies. Because they go back in time, so they need the time stone. Look at those beautiful effects. Oh, this looks like a scene from Man of Steel, but done better. Those hands. Look at his baby fingers on his hands. Yeah, that is so trippy, man. The effects people deserve the Oscar nomination because I've never seen effects like this in the MCU. What made The Legend of Titanic bad? I've never seen it, so. So movies like Venom and Morbius is basically Sony saying, let's make our own Marvel universe without the help of the Avengers. Yeah, and it fails. There's Dormammu. What? Yeah, I know. Who's he in those Mad Baltimore's? Yep. This is crazy how they did this. That's awesome. That's a cool scene because even though her voice isn't soothing, at least his reaction is amazing. Yeah. You throw him out, really? Bitch. Yeah, I said that. I said that in the theater, and some guy was looking at me. I'm like, yeah, I don't like Bintos taking my roles, okay? Yelena could have been played by someone. Yelena, Yelena could have been played by anybody. You could have gotten, like I said, what if the Avengers are in a multiverse? They won't be, because again, why? Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are done. And the rest of them, like Thor, is going to have his own movie in a few months. And the whatchamacallit, the new Avengers is not a new Avengers team. They haven't assembled a new Avengers because we just got a new Captain America. We have a fake Black Widow that's not going to even be in the MCU that much. We have we don't have a new Iron Man. We don't have a new Hulk. So yeah, there's too much talking in the middle of the film. That's probably when my friend thought it was boring. The effects are good. They keep me invested, and also when the sense of humor when he meets Wong and this like hit me Beyonce. That's funny. And I like how what this says on the Blu-ray. It says visually transfixing. Yeah, it is. This movie's a spectacle. They let him back in. At least with Multiverse of Madness, I won't be like biting my lip every time there's a Bento. No, because the only one I need is him. This film is visually stunning. It is. It's a spectacle, definitely. I think what Shambhala. Wi-Fi password, yeah. Shambhala. That's cool. Yeah, because again, it's Asia. They have a lot of uh Wi-Fi over there. Now I'm glad they went to Nepal, not China, because again, they had to do Multiverse of Madness during the pandemic. They lost a director. There will how much I love you. The time will tell you how much I love you. Again, wink, wink for the sequel. And this sequel took 6 years. This is one of the longest wait between the first movie and the second movie. Think about it. Think about that. Even the second Avengers came out 3 years later, not 6, because of the COVID. It altered reality and made everybody hide in their thing. Love your hat. I got this hat. I got this at the Barclays Center in 2018. That visual looks cool. It looks like the symbol from Eternals, but hey, this is a better movie. It's like 30 minutes shorter. Plus, at the end of this movie, the post-credit scene has Thor in it, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't want to hurt my body. It's all I got right now. Here's Wong. We've seen him a lot recently because he was in Shang-Chi. I just thought he was underused. Beyonce. The person with orange energy fighting Scarlet Witch can either an alternate version of Iron Man, Human Torch from the Fantastic Four, or Monica Rambeau. You mean one of the Marvels? You mean Rambo? You said Rainbow. It's Rambo. It's Rambeau. It's French. Do you think the TMNT franchise will last forever? I don't know, because it hasn't been a good movie for a while. Plus, Benedict Wong was underused in not Shang-Chi in Raya and the Last Dragon. I mean, he's a male character that's barely in the film. Yeah, thanks, Disney. Thanks for that. You don't make the best decisions, let's face it. You don't. Those are the books that are going to be in the new film. That's where you're going to see the What If, Doctor Strange, and Wanda's dark magic from WandaVision. And I'll take her any day over Tilda Swinton or not Rachel, Nicole. I'm just going to say Nicole. You'll have to figure out for yourself who that is. Because nobody backstabs me. Nobody. The CGI Alvin and the Chipmunk series will end in 2027. We'll be back to in May or Star Wars Originals. Really nice talk, best friend. See ya. There's a reason Endgame, a lot of these people only had cameos at the end. Yeah, because we wanted to see the real Avengers, the 6 from the original film, the first 2 films. There's Mads Mikkelsen. Where did Josh go? I have no idea. He just showed up and then disappeared. I guess he's having internet trouble or something. I don't know. I went to go eat breakfast. Which reminds me, I should be eating something. This is just the villains making their magic. So hold on. I'll be back. Get my knife. gonna eat some breakfast because it's almost 12 and I gotta eat something. Which character in Raya was underused? Benedict Wong's character. I don't know. I don't remember what his name was because again, I only knew Raya, Sisu, and the freaking villain who sucked. That's about it. The two boys in the movie, I don't remember their names. Honestly, I don't. I wish I did, but I don't. They're so forgettable that I'm like, yeah. They try to give them personalities, but it just didn't work for me. It felt really, really flat. How would you rank the Thor movies? Well, the first one, then the third one, and then the second one. Ned did this. Find Peter Parker. Yeah, great scene. I'm going to see that next week. And by the way, last Rise of Skywalker ripped off the costumes from this. The hobo's white outfit in that movie was ripped off from this movie because it did it here first. Even freaking J.J. Abrams has to steal from Marvel because he tried to make they try to do the jokes, with the characters twice in The Last Jedi and in The Rise of Skywalker, and it failed. If we don't care, if we don't care about the characters, then doing the back and forth, jokes isn't going to work. What if Andrew Garfield played Nathan Drake? That wouldn't have worked either because he's a pinto. He's at a snow mountain. It's a great shot. Of course, because the cold. Okay, rather voicing Mario. Mario won't not spew out my affiliation. No. All I need is it to be as good as Sonic, and that's going to be a hard feat because we had two great Sonic movies that did not pander, or had people preaching in it. It did its job, and yet I'm more of a Mario fan. Yet there hasn't been a great movie, animated or otherwise. They're only making it animated because last time they did live action, you saw what happened, and people hated it. If Pratt preaches on the red carpet with that movie, I won't even go see it. I'm dead serious. And yes, I know he's in Thor: Love and Thunder, guys. You don't have to tell me, but it's going to be just a supporting role. He's not going to take over. It's just him and Nebula. That's it. No Drax, no Gamora, and no Rocket. Unfortunately, because Guardians 3 doesn't come out till next year, and I'm concerned because last time I saw James Gunn do something, he did Peacemaker, and I had a lot of problems with the writing. I'm telling you, some Caucasian people are just crazy when it comes to writing. Look at Rob Zombie. That was cool. No pun intended. There we go. Abs, because all the MCU guys need abs. The girls, not so much. How was Andrew Garfield as a British person when he was born in LA? Because he's Anglo-American. That's not the same. It's not the same thing. Yes. I'm more of a Sonic fan. Oh, yeah, he grabs the box like ring on it if you like it. Yes, they paid Beyonce a royalty check for playing her song for a couple of seconds in a Marvel movie. He had headphones on, just like Peter did in Civil War. Yeah. See, there's subtle jokes like that that are funny. When you're trying to be funny, it doesn't work. When they beat you over the head with a joke, like Droog sucks. That was kind of funny in Eternals, but when they're trying to be funny in that movie, it was just failing. The Indian dude, filming and all that. It was just, did you get that? I'm like, yeah, it's not funny. Broken Glass. Today is the KCAs. I'm gonna watch it with my sister. I know I don't feel like I'm fair, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm a biased person. If you throw your baggage on me, I'm not gonna take it. And I'm not talking about luggage. I'm talking about your insecurities. Sonic is better than Mario in my opinion. That's fine, John Avenger fan. I know. From Oh please, after what I've been through this year, after 2 years of isolation, I am ready for the multiverse to open up completely. Yes, Supreme, and she dies in the first movie. Yeah, that makes no sense. Obi-Wan Kenobi old was more powerful than her. Yeah, that's an ancient one compared to this. I never seen Bob's Burgers. Because this movie had the most Brits until we got to, like, I don't know, the No Way Home. But Oh No Way Home was great, and they kept the Brits short and sweet. Matt Murdock was in the film for like less than 5 minutes. Race Ifiends was the lizard. He only had a few lines in the movie. Alfred Molina, still an awesome Doc Ock. Andrew Garfield, he got screen time in the third act, so they reduced their screen time. The hobo did not need to have as much screen time as she did in Force Awakens. I'm sorry. It was killing me. It was freaking killing me. What if they made a live action Magic School Bus? I was never a fan of that cartoon. I never watched it. A Proud Family? No. They already made it gay. I don't need any more. Mm-mm. I don't need to see gay, flamboyant freaking live action. I already seen enough of that on Netflix this year. It's been too much. I don't need any more. Keep your agendas to yourself, damn it. Oh, trust me, my life depends on it every day. Mortal's going to be in the film, but at least it's just him and not Tilda Swinton. I don't need her back. I don't, guys. I don't. I don't even want to see a flashback with her. I'm done. Everybody forgot about her already since Endgame. Nobody cheered when she showed up because, like, oh look, there's a bald headed baby giving the time stone to Hulk. I'm here in the chat. I'm just listening to the commentary. Yeah, again, this film is really good. And it prepared me for how disappointed I was going to be with Rogue One, because I'm like, no one was asking for a movie about the rebel spies that steal the Death Star plans. And you cast the worst lead you could have done that was not good in a Marvel movie, Felicity Jones. She has big teeth and she has soulless eyes. I can't say that about Elizabeth Olsen. She has soulful eyes and a very expressive face. She's not like so somber. There's things about Sonic 2 I really loved over the first one, but they're equals. I don't think either one is better or worse than the other. They're both amazing films. They're great kids' films. They're very funny, and they got a lot of action. They do not skip on the action like Eternals did. The critics were complaining about the screenplay and the running time. I'm like, it's not going to be perfect. It's a movie for kids, and a 2-hour movie I can get through. 2.5 hours, I question it. Eternals did not need to be 2.5 hours. The sequel to this does, because it's a multiverse opening up. You're going to have so many characters. You know, Professor Xavier from the X-Men franchise, and America Chavez, and Shuma Gorath, and who knows who else is going to show up. And I'm not spoiling a thing until I do a podcast with my friends. Yes, it's the apple scene, yeah. Eat an apple for first time, and apple is back. It's amazing effects. This is how you do it. Like, it's not like Eternals had bad CGI. It didn't. It's just the villains weren't interesting. I don't like Cersei. She's a boring freaking Asian actress that can't act. Richard Madden was fake Superman who has no emotion. He's way more stoic than Henry Cavill. Kit Harington does nothing in the movie. He's just there because he did Game of Thrones. I said it. I don't give a damn about Game of Thrones. I have HBO Max and I still won't watch Game of Thrones. It ended on a whimper because it sucked from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Probabilities, yeah. Branches? It's branches. We don't say branches. And when he yells, he sounds like that fake, Jafar, not Jafar, Scar from the Lion King remake. I'm sorry. You couldn't top freaking, whatchamacallit, Jeremy Irons? No. What did he learn? TMNT or SpiderMan? It's hard to choose. Excuse me. Just like No Way Home brought together Holland, Obi and Andrew, Multiverse is going to bring together all the movies made by Sony and Fox. Well, not Venom. You're not going to see Venom there. We already saw Venom in No Way Home, barely. We saw his symbiote skin and his a drop of his symbiote and mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mystical. Yes, the multiverse basically is going to bring about a lot of things that we haven't seen in years. Hong Kong, London, no, thank you. I don't want to go there. I've had enough of those people. I have. They brought me a lot of misery this year in Jungle Cruise, Looper, and everything else I've seen. Hmm. And Kang the Conqueror and Mojo. We're in a cosmic era of Marvel. I don't want this weird. Oh, Moon Knight's going to be a mystical character, but it's going to be so slow. That's the problem. There's too much talking. There's a lot of talking here, but it's an origin story for Strange. Moon Knight's not much of an origin story. It's Oscar Isaac just running from CG. That's not much of an origin story, guys. It's like he just gets the costume with the little scarab from Aladdin, and that's it. Not much of an origin story there. And his British accent is horrible. I'm sorry, but every time I heard Oscar Isaac's British accent, I'm like, you sound like Newt Scamander from Fantastic Beasts. Oh yeah. I cannot wait to see that. I cannot wait to see Multiverse of Madness, man. This is going to be a huge freaking movie, man. This is going to be an event. That's why people in the draft house are buying tickets. Silencio Bruno to Turning Red. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That was a much better kids movie. You said we're getting Miles in the MCU. Yeah, he may even appear in Multiverse out of nowhere. All you need to show us is that black suit or the hoodie, and we know, or the headphones, and we know who that is. Stop teasing, Marvel. We already know he's coming. Across the Spider-Verse is coming out in a few months after Multiverse in October, so we know what's happening. You can't tease anymore. I've been teased long enough. I say to hell with affiliations. I said it, guys. If you're not a part of the group that I'm in, you become part of the world that I'm against. Just remember that. That's why he who should not be named is not here, because this is a podcast for adults, not for kiddos. There's the Freedom Tower. I was right near it a few months ago. It's a good movie. This still holds up. There's some pacing issues, and by the 25-minute mark, it gets a little bit slow when you get with the Ancient One. But we don't see her again until like the third act. Well, near the third act, and then she dies. So good. Why are you hating on Disney? Because they remake everything, and they're making pandering agenda films, and they cast people that should not be there. I don't want the hobo in the MCU. I've warned you. You put her in the MCU, I'm done. I am not suffering through rape again. I'm not going to go through it, guys. I can't go through it. I've been through enough already this year with what's happened in my personal life and my cinematic life. I mean, Sonic 2 was the first film I saw in the theater this year from 2022. It took 4 months. There's his cloak. 4 months. That was a long time. That felt, in the cinematic world, that feels like a year. These effects are amazing, man. I don't know how they did it. This black guy, yeah, he's not in the film very long. Whoever played the hobo was, what's her name? I just want to know. No, you don't want to know. Just look it up. Check out any movies she did. Chaos Walking, Peter Rabbit, whatever. I'm not going to say it. There's an action scene, finally, about an hour into the movie. But yeah, again, guys, at least the visuals are amazing in this movie. Scott Adkins is a reason he has no dialogue in this movie, because he's not a good actor. Whew. I've seen his movies, and acting is not his best sort. What if Knuckles sang Gangsta Paradise? No, it would have been stupid. Mr. Doctor. Mickelson could have been in the movie more. He should have just said no to Rogue One. He only did it because he knew it would make money, and it was a paycheck film. Literally, he's in the film for like 5 minutes or less. He's like, Jin, you gotta get the plans for the Death Star. And I'm like, really? She has a father that abandoned her, and she ends up being mannish and dies at the end. So what was the point of that character? What's the badass character that you're talking about? It wasn't in that movie. Gina Carano was more badass than Mando, because she actually did something, and she didn't die. They just took her out of the film, out of the series, because of a tweet. It's amazing. They're fighting upside down. It's like Inception. And with this, they don't have to say the spells with a wand. Strange ain't got a wand. He has his hands. Awesome. Whip it to me. What other films did the hobo do? Again, Peter Rabbit. The first one, not the second one. Chaos Walking, Murder on the Orient Express, which is a remake that no one asked for. That's why she's not in the sequel. She doesn't do sequels other than the Force Awakens sequels. Yeah, or The Last Jedi, which I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going through it. I don't care if it's 5 years old. I'm not suffering through that movie again. Through the trailer. I saw the trailer and it was painful. See, Scott Atkinson fight, not much of an actor though. He's running in the desert. Yeah, it looks like a scene from Dune. Dune was visually stunning too, and it won a lot of Oscars. I knew it was going to win because it was beautiful. It's like they're channel surfing. And this is Steven trying out his powers for the first time. Really good fight scenes, by the way. I can see what's going on. It's not like Solo where it's so dark. I don't know what's going on, guys. Shoot a action scene with the lights on. I don't want to see these dark lit movies like Fantastic Four 2015. I can't find the whole book. Let me just write the name down. John Avenger. Apparently you don't know what visceralness I have. Jeez. You people have to have everything spelled out for you. Never mention it again, please. That's awesome. Him with the cape on. Yeah. That is full Doctor Strange right there, baby. Hey, Electric Dino 75. You just made it to the hour mark of the movie. We got another 50 minutes to go. Or 45 minutes, depending on how long the movie is. The cape has a mind of its own. Yes, I'm going to see No Way Home next week, but I'm not doing a commentary for it until I get the Blu-ray. Because it's not going to be on Disney Plus for a while. Because Disney Plus doesn't have the rights yet. Sony wants it to be on Netflix and Stars first. Worse than Florence? Oh, she's way worse. Florence was just a forgettable, nothing actress that looks like an actress I actually like. Natalie Lind. Look her up. That's an awesome trap. Is even the cape a character? Yeah, because it has a personality. It's like the carpet from Aladdin, the original, not the remake. Mr. Doctor. Hell yeah, buddy. Caitlin Deaver will get her big DC or Marvel moment. Maybe Sonic. Yeah, I would love that. I'm in love with her, guys. I saw her in the trailer for Booksmart. I'm like, this is a gorgeous girl with a big nose, and that's my preference. Yeah, not agendas, not affiliations, and she played a lesbian in Booksmart. I should have been repulsed, but she's so gorgeous and such a good actress that she pulled it off. I don't know how, but she did. I'd love to see her wearing a cape. I'm doing a fan fiction for her, something that Hollywood can never touch. Yeah, Honeypot, that's all mine. That's my baby. And it's called something original. I know. And I like that Strange is like, I'm a doctor. I'm supposed to heal people. I'm not kill people. But Strange, there's going to be a lot of villains in the new movie. Have you seen the trailer for the new dinosaur film, Prehistoric Planet? No. Yeah, time keeps going, guys. It doesn't stop. We can't stop time. Hey, Josh, I don't know if Michelle Jones' movie will work. No. Trust me, Sonic 2 healed a lot of my wounds from the winter because I was so bored and I was in such pain. I was 208 pounds back in the winter. I don't want to go back to that again. That's too fat. I think I think Mads Mikkelsen is Danish. Yeah, either Danish or Dutch, one of those. Both the Flash and Multiverse of Madness are going to open the multiverse of both, but the Flash is not coming out till next year. And Ezra Miller, please stop choking out people. Do you want to end up in prison? Do you want to stay there? Trust me, the wicked will pay for their sins if they hurt people, especially criminal activities. That trap is pretty cool. It's like a torture trap, but it's not done like in 50 Shades of Grey. When do you think X-Men and Defense will come? Right after the multiverse opens up, because it wouldn't have made sense if they showed up at the end of Endgame. They weren't set up. And plus, Fox didn't want anything to do with it. They did Dark Phoenix, and that failed. That was a failure. New Mutants, that was a failure. It's good that Disney bought out more Fox because we needed them to fix things. Yeah, that cape is awesome. I love the cape. Yep, there's my ring. Yeah, and he lost it again in No Way Home when Ned had it. Of all people, was like, "Find Peter Parker," and he did it in like his first try, and his hands aren't broken. He can make portals like in Rick and Morty or like Quantum Leap or something like that. Or this is when he goes back to New York and Rachel McAdams, Christine, heals him. And you know that in the comics, Natalie Portman's character is a nurse, but they made her something different in the new movies. You're right; it won't work. Yeah, because again, she's not a main character; she's a side character. He barely has a pulse. See, this movie has some risk. It's got danger. We knew Strange wasn't going to die in this first appearance, but it's risky. The movie has some balls, and it was willing to kill off a character, a main character in the movie that we didn't need in the next one, unless she got the radioactive spider bite. Movie's still visually stunning, and I'm glad this movie was under 2 hours. It didn't need to be Harry Potter and be 2.5 hours. I would have been bored out of my mind if it had like a half hour of exposition and we didn't need. No, that's what Eternals is. It was like a really sharp crystal spear thing. This is the Astro fight, I would call it. Yeah, it's like if Casper got into a fight. So $1. I thought that was Joaquin Phoenix, the guy that plays it. This is when they go to the vending machine. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, yeah. They're ghosts fighting each other, and people don't know what's going on because they can't see it except for Christine. It's creative. We didn't see any fight like this in the Force Awakens with Force Ghosts or anything. Michael Jackson was going to play Spider-Man instead of Tobey Maguire. Yeah, when he was alive. Mm-hmm. It's really good, man. You're on the edge of your seat, especially where hospitals is the most scariest place to be right now. That's why I want to be home. I don't want to be in the hospital. Yep, he burns him. Yep, he imploded. If the 2012 Ninja Turtles appeared in Avengers Endgame, would it have made a reaction? No, because again, it's Nickelodeon. They're not going to put their stuff on Marvel stuff. Crossover with Marvel. They cross over with the Batman. Hmm. I want to keep my ticker beating. I want to be alive a long time, guys. That's why I don't drink or do drugs because I don't want to ruin my body. Hmm. No name either, because again, giving a name in a Marvel movie would be too much to ask for. You notice that none of the nurses even noticed that Stephen was in the hospital. And with this Chromebook, I haven't had any technical issues doing these podcasts. So we'll see you in the sequel, Rachel McAdams, in a few more weeks. I can't wait. They're going to give her a bigger role. Yeah, it's not going to be a 5 minute thing. Who is your favorite chipmunk? Probably Alvin. That's awesome. If there's the cape. Mm-hmm. Levitation. Are, are the Ninja Turtles as equally slow as regular turtles compared to Sonic? No, not really. It's just that the new ones they make. Sonic 3 will release in 2024. Yeah, these movies don't need to take a long time to make because during the pandemic, the characters are CG, so they don't have to be. Yeah, trust me. There we go. Yep. Save lives like I do when I donate blood every year. And some people, they squander the gift of life. Don't do it. Yeah, he swore an oath. Hmm. Yeah, immortality, and then she goes through a couple of glass windows and dies. Yeah, immortality, my ass. The Eternals are not even eternal because two of them died in the film. And that was useless. Sama Hayek and Gilgamesh, they both die, and we don't even feel bad for them. They just die, and we don't. I'm not going to see them again. And I don't want to see the Eternals come back. I don't care about the Eternals. I know. When do you think Spider-Man No Way Home will be on FX TV? Well, it's not going to be on FX for a while. It's going to be on Stars. I know you're a villain. You don't have to. It was. It was. It was. It was. It was a freaking painfully obvious. He stuck out like a sore thumb with his dark clothes and his attitude problem. Yeah, I knew it. And yes, I did see WandaVision, which is connected to this movie, this movie sequel coming out. Because at least that movie, at least WandaVision was amazing. It was the first MCU thing we got in 2 years. Asshole. Yeah. Disney is lazy for not releasing Casey Undercover on DVD, and also because they don't release their anything on DVD. The last thing they released was the complete series of the Proud Family. Yay! This chase scene is fun because, unlike in Moon Knight, where it took an hour, almost an hour, for him to be in the costume, Strange is already in the costume, and these visuals look way more impressive. Plus, it's a TV show, so stream show. It's not going to have a long running time. This is amazing how they did this. Yep, let's go through another portal, Morty. Ah, look at that. It's like, whoa, they did this in the train scene in No Way Home. And look, there's rest in peace, Stan Lee. Thank you. Thank you for being here. How would you rank the Shrek movies? Again, I'm not gonna do that right now. It's not about the Shrek movies. I haven't even done a podcast for one of the Shrek films. That looks amazing. They made the twist of the buildings. Yeah. We don't need a sequel to Inception or Tenet. Tenet was just dumb. I mean, I know that I haven't seen it yet, but inversion, yeah, that's all you got is a gimmick. It's not like a good special effect. This movie's way better, shorter, and it's not pretentious. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Whoa! I never seen Manhattan upside down before. Wow. Mm-hmm. This got an Oscar for best visual effects. It deserved it. Of course, it lost to the Jungle Book, which I think was bullshit. Jungle Book, that those animals did not look real. They look fake. CGI animals, it looks fake to me, like the Lion King remake. I hope Sonic 3 is not 3 hours. It won't be. No, 2 hours is already stretching it for the second movie. So this multiverse is going to be 2 hours and 28 minutes long, but it's not the longest MCU movie. That still goes. The honor still goes to Endgame. That's still the one to beat, guys. You're not going to top that. You missed. Here's her big scene at the end in the third act. Well, like the second act. We're getting it in the end of the second act, and then she dies. This would have been like if Aang lost a fight and died in his first appearance in the first season of Avatar. It is yelling like you're on WWE acting. It depends. Mm-hmm. Will Sonic the Hedgehog 2 blow Spider-Man No Way Home? No. It came close, though. There's a reason that Obi-Wan Kenobi is more iconic than the Ancient One, because even though he dies in episode 4, he lets himself die. He could have easily just beaten Vader, but he looks at Luke and is like, he smiles and then disappears. It's a much better way to go out than dying like a bitch like this girl does. I'm sorry. Ancient One should have been a man, an Asian man, or whatever. Yep, there you go. An hour and 22 minutes into the movie dies. I always look forward to that scene every time I watch this. Now she goes through glass and it's over. And I was like, thank God I don't have to sit through her in multiverse. Goodbye. Fatality. One of the best scenes in the movie. Yep. I don't know why Baron Mortal's sad. You know she was going to die. Yeah. No, it's too late. She fell through glass. No, she is done. She's done like dinner. You can't save her, Steven. It's over. She's dead. You can move on. It's too late. That fall was too grand, and she's not a superhero. What a weak character. I don't know how they said she was badass. It's like you said, I was trying to protect you. Blech. What an underwhelming death for such a underwhelming character. But trust me, I will not miss her in Multiverse of Madness. I don't have to see her again. I'm very happy about that. Any character in that movie, I'm gonna be like, yeah, give me something that's more has more meat to the bone, and it's not some pretentious British actress that is one of the ugliest women I've ever seen, man. Ugh. There's some thunder that's a foreshadowing to Thor, because he sees Thor at the end of the post credit scene. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, you're dead. Move on. As Jason Voorhees, would anybody top Kane Hodder? No, because he is Jason. For when in the costume. A big event movie. I'm not gonna miss his baby. I'm not gonna miss her. Just like I won't miss the Binto this year or next year because she's in nothing. What is she in? Is she going to be an Ant-Man Quantumania? No, or the Black Panther 2 or Guardians of the Galaxy 3? No, that Yelena, we're not going to miss her. Nobody's gonna. She will never replace Scarlett Johansson. Have you ever seen Where the Dead Go to Die? No, I heard it was horrible. Yeah, then why did you do it? Yeah, these boring talking scenes feel a lot like Eternals, and I'm like, yeah, that's why Eternals failed me because I was so bored and the pacing was so slow. It's the slowest freaking Marvel movie I sat through in 2 decades of seeing Marvel movies since 2008. There should be a third Space Jam movie where The Rock is in it doing wrestling. It's called Space Jam: The Smackdown. Maybe they're trying to get The Rock to do it. Well, she's gone. Good, thank God. An hour and 27 minutes into the movie, and she's gone. We're not gonna miss you. You're gonna have a pointless cameo in Endgame. You give the time stone to the Hulk, and we don't see you again. She doesn't even fight at the end of Endgame. Trust me, we didn't need her. Thoughts on Jennifer Tilly? I like her. When I'm done with this, I gotta finish the laundry. Again, she has a dot on her face, which is beautiful. You have such a beautiful face, Rachel. I love that dot. It's like right here on her face. Did you hear Jennifer Tilly's voice is beautiful? Yeah, I love her voice. They say it's too nasally. I like her voice. Yeah, that's the end of Christine. She doesn't show up in the third act when he's in Hong Kong. Here we go. Third act. No more Tilda Swinton. Good, because God knows I can't get to her again. Yeah, that this cape was hitting him right in the face. What lady are you talking about as useless besides the ancient one? Uh, Yelena's one of them. Here we go, China. Mm-hmm. Electric Dragon 505 said food fight is horrible. Yeah, it is. It's horrible. The animation is some of the worst ever put on film. Good. You think? Why she? Because Marvel has to change things up. You don't have to do that. I'm glad to get. If you want a female Deadpool, it exists. Gwenpool. There's a female version without changing the character. As Peter Griffin would anybody except Seth MacFarlane? No, you can't replace his voice. Oh my God! Who the hell cares? Mm-hmm. It's funny how Godzilla versus Kong looks like this too. When that movie came out a couple last year, I'm doing the 2014 Godzilla. I'll probably do that for May. Do you have any plans on checking out Bob's Burgers eventually? Because I haven't even seen the show yet. So why am I going to see a movie based on a show I've never seen? I've seen clips from it. That's it. Plus, it sounds delicious. Burgers. There's a time stone. Yep. Freeze. Boom. Sonic could do this too. He could stop time and just do things in slow motion. He's rewinding the film. Well, just this scene, not the whole movie. This isn't Superman or Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. Excuse me. Do you have any? If everything is going back, so the car's going backwards, yeah. Hey, Jay Shads, you just made it to. I gotta go. It's fine, John Avenger fan. At least you saw most of my commentary. It'll be on YouTube really soon. And Jay Shads, you just made it to the third act of the Doctor Strange movie because Multiverse of Madness is coming out in a few weeks. So gotta do the first one. Yeah, it looks like the scene from Shang-Chi when they're climbing on those wooden buildings. Yeah, they're using the poles to jump. Yeah, definitely got inspiration from this film. Yep, he went right through a wall. Hmm.
Sonic Boom. Shrek or Toy Story. It doesn't even matter. So with the Time Stone, this is one of the movies that foreshadows Infinity War and Endgame. Yeah. Now time stopped. Oh, we will. Mm-hmm. These effects are beautiful. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. That will be the next movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It turns out I can stay longer. Well, good. Yeah, the movie's almost over anyway, guys. This isn't 2.5 hours. The new one is going to be 2 hours and 28 minutes. So it's a lot longer than this one because they're packing in a lot. It's a multiverse. Mm-hmm. This is amazing. I feel like I'm in another world. Oh, this is the Dormammu. I come here to bargain, and he dies and dies and dies. It's like a Looney Tunes short. That looks great. So if they could do Dormammu, they can do Galactus because he's just as big. Dormammu, I've come here to bargain. In your Stilettos live stream, you said that's why you have nobody to talk to. I don't know what that means. How do you feel about Rebecca coming back as Star Lord? Yeah, just do it and then get out of my life. That's it. I don't need to see Guardians 4. The reason that Thor's making a fourth movie is to bring back somebody important to me, Natalie Portman. Yep, that's not it. He does it like 6 or 7 more times. Let me see. That's the first part. Here's round 2. Same scene. So there's nothing to react to. I'm just saying. Dormammu. I'm gonna bargain. Come to die again. Yep, he killed him. That's 2. Again, round 3. You said not to talk about him. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about him. Mm-hmm. Yep, there's round 4. Dude, basically trapped in a time loop. Yep, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's the, he does it about 10 times, I think. It's kind of repetitive, but like I said, guys, it's visually stunning. Yeah, I've got 4 people watching now. And one of your live chats ever threatened to call the pops on a kid. Again, it was just too much, okay? I was upset. I didn't know he was a 13-year-old boy. You know? How do you feel about Will Smith getting banned for a decade? Well, again, he shouldn't have slapped Chris Rock. He should have just told him to stop. That's 11. Mm-hmm. It's a really good scene, though. It's visually stunning, even though it's very repetitive. People kept laughing because he kept dying, like a South Park cartoon. Will Smith took it a little too personal. Yeah, again, if it was me, I would have been in jail because, again, assault is not something that people take lightly now. But Tarantino does a lot of the same scenes, just from a different angle, and they call it art. And his movies are 2.5 hours usually, except for Reservoir Dogs. Most of his other films are way too long. When it said the Eternals will return, I cursed out the screen. I couldn't take it. I was like, "Screw you!" And people were laughing, and that got the audience laughing. Did they know your opinion and they hated the movie too? Yeah, they weren't clapping at the end. They were just bored. Do you think every recent movie that has something to do with Hispanic culture looks like cancerous? No, it's just that they're forcing it. When you force something, it's not needed. I don't need to hear your agendas in a freaking movie. I want to be entertained. That this movie entertains me despite its flaws. What if they made a CGI animated Doctor Strange movie? They did What If, so just I don't like that style animation. It looks awful. Wong broke. He broke him. See, the movie has a lighter tone, even though the first half of it is very dramatic and Strange is a broken man. But again, he said the warning suits come after the spell. That is funny. See, it's lighthearted. It's not a fart joke or whatever, or talking about their dicks or whatever. That's just too much, guys. Stop it already. You don't know real comedy, Pierce. James Gunn. You did in the Guardians films, but when Disney doesn't hold you back, you try to throw in an F bomb every 2 seconds. It's not needed. We're almost done. I guess still got the Blu-ray there. For now. Yeah, this took the longest, 6 years, because even the sequel to Thor only took like what? 2 years. Why would Marvel Studio Disney and that was a stupid decision for the MCU? No, it's just that Disney backs them up financially. Why haven't you seen Apocalypse Now yet? It's like 4 hours long, guys. Hey, John, how's it going? Doctor Strange definitely another my favorite MCU films. Benedict Cumberbatch was great in the film, and I can't wait for the sequel. So yeah, because I'm seeing the sequel. I got my ticket already. So they kept killing off Doctor Strange in the Climate, just like Kenny from South Park. Yeah, because it's kind of repetitive, but it made me laugh after like the fifth time. Like he's gonna keep dying. And the movie's not that long. Like people think this is a 2.5 hour movie. No, the sequel is gonna feel that long. And there won't be a Dormammu in it. Because I saw this on Disney Plus last year, but I wanted to revisit it and do your commentary for you guys. I heard the commentary already from Scott Derrickson. It wasn't that great. I thought it was just babbling. Should Eternals might as well have been 4 or 5 hours long since it's been 2.5 hours already too long. Yeah, it was too long, guys. You don't need to make a movie 2.5 hours for an origin story. Iron Man didn't do it. This movie didn't do it. And neither did Ant-Man or the first Captain America movie. Make it short and sweet. Under 2 hours and get out of there. At least you won't have to watch it right away. No, I'm not watching it. I'm not even going to touch that movie. I don't own it, and I don't want to look at that movie. And it's pretentious, overbearing talking and just boredom. I was just like, please let something happen. Oh my god, they killed Strange, you bastard. Yeah, that's kind of funny. I remember this scene in the trailer. Him walking up the stairs. Because with Morbius, it's only an hour and 41 minutes because they cut a lot of stuff out because of the violence. As Laurie Campbell would, anybody top Monica Keena? She was there. I didn't love her, but I didn't hate her either. She's just one of the generic, female leads in a slasher movie. It happens in a lot of films. And that was the 2016 Doctor Strange. Still awesome. I have some problems with it, but it's good. Yeah. That's good. Let's skip the post-credit scenes. Let's just get to the post-credit scene to make it go faster. Good production, great effects, a great performance from Cumberbatch. It should have won an Oscar. I'm sorry, but I don't care about the artsy-fartsy BS that won Oscars that year. Or best visuals went to the Jungle Book. I'm sorry, that did not look good. Michael Giacchino did the music. Yeah, he was great. Chavez before he was there. Rachel McAdams, she should have been in the sequel more. Benjamin Bratt, this might be a dumb question, but if Liv Tyler was a Brit, would you still find her at least? No, she's beautiful. She's got a gorgeous face. Here's the first post-credit scene. And I'm staying for the post-credit scenes for Multiverse of Man. Is Eternals also artsy-fartsy? Yeah. Beer. Thor. Mm-hmm. And both of them are getting a movie this year, which is ironic, huh? Yeah, he helps him in one scene in Thor Ragnarok. I don't have to see that again though, because Thor Love and Thunder is not coming out. And no, I don't care about if they make Tessa Thompson's character bisexual or gay. I don't care, guys. I'm not there for that. I'm there to see Thor kicking ass and see Natalie Portman back. I missed her. I love that actress. Love her. No matter what string she has, I love that actress. Do you think Oscar Isaac is much better than Moon Knight? Yeah, but he keeps running like a bitch. In the next episode, please let him do something. I don't want to see him running again. I've seen enough of that. Skip this a little bit more. Let's get to the end. Walt Disney Studios. We get it. We get who backs up these movies. And there's a lot of post-credit scenes. There's a lot of end credit. Wait. Skip it a little shorter. Keep going, and stop. Just leave it there. See, it saves me about 10 minutes of end credit scenes, because with Endgame, I don't have to do that. When I do it, Avengers Life Exchange, 1,000 times better than Eternals. Yeah, it's short, an hour and 45 minutes. Eternals was like 20 or 30 minutes longer, and it didn't need to be. That's enough. Or is my life not obnoxious? Yeah, it's loud. It's just loud to be loud. I could take this hat off because the movie's over, so it's just a post-credit scene. I got to finish the laundry. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Next week, I'll do another podcast if I can. I'll keep doing reviews because I'm not done with Spectacle Month yet. And no more Marvel movies for a while, because the next one is Multiverse of Madness, and I'm not doing a Moon Knight until it's finished in May. So, because Obi-Wan's coming out soon. I can't wait for that at the end of May. Yep, he steals his ability to walk. It's like he took his aura away. Hopefully the sequel could be better than the Eternals. Yeah, Multiverse of Madness, there's no doubt about it. It's going to be better than the Eternals. It has one thing over that boring, pretentious garbage. It's got a better lead. Cersei is just a boring actress. Doctor Strange will return. Yes, in about 4 weeks. I can't wait. I'm so pumped. Well, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Still a good movie. I'm glad I got to rewatch it. It's been a while since last year. So I got this at Best Buy a few years ago, when it was good. Now they barely have any movies left on Blu-ray and DVD because physical media is slowly disappearing like time. But I'm still here, and I'm still going to do things for you guys because that's my purpose. I found my niche on YouTube, and I'm going to do it. I live stream more than I do videos because I can talk more. In my videos, I go like 5 to 10 minutes, sometimes longer if it's a rant. But that's Doctor Strange. See you guys in the next one. Bye. And end.